This month is going to be pretty kick-ass for games, boys and girls. Let me tell you. Now, this month I've got the Division 2 to be sort of excited for on a personal front. I really enjoyed the first game. Hopefully the second game is fine. I do enjoy that fine premium open beta. But, ladies and gentlemen, there's another game too. It's called Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. What can I say? I know From Software pretty much only makes Souls games at this point, but they're fucking great Souls games. So hopefully this one ends up being great. And aside from that, man, I got a big backlog to come across with. But there's a third game your boy was excited for, and I guess still kind of am. One game known as Left Alive. I don't know how many of you all people were excited about Left Alive either, but it's a game created by Square Enix. It takes place in the Front Mission universe, and it's got Yoji Shinkawa doing the artwork, the guy that did Metal Gear Solid, did the artwork over here. I don't know. I was kind of excited to see all these minds coming together. I thought, hey, maybe this is like, that dream team that makes that one game that hopefully takes off. I would hope. But this game is one of those titles where the story is a little interesting just before it releases. Now, we still live in a world where Japan gets a game first and then the rest of the regions later, and vice versa. I don't understand this concept. I think that in today's day and age, you should just release a fucking game to everyone at the same time. All right, there shouldn't be a reason one region gets a game early. But hey, I digress. Let me explain. Now, this is a game that came out in Japan, obviously, a little earlier. And as you all know, all right, Japan's reviews can be a little bit of an interesting situation. So, Famitsu, the big review agency of Japan, the big review media, the big gaming media publication, actually gave it 30 out of 40, which is like 75%. Not too bad, about what I expected, right? I didn't think it would be that big of a fucking deal. I knew that this game, looking at 12 minutes of its gameplay footage, was going to be rough. This game looked like it belonged on like the PS3 360, but me, I was willing to let it go. I don't look at a game when it comes to visuals. If the gameplay is good, if the gameplay loops are enough to make me load up the game and play it over and over again for hours on end, fuck yeah, I'll play it. I don't mind. There's lots of games that I play that look really fucking great, but they play like ass. And I tend to just alt F4. I fucking leave. I call it a day. So I didn't mind. I thought, hey, the gameplay might be decent. But given that this game has just launched in Japan, there are a fair amount of Japanese streamers that are willing to take advantage of that, and by all powers to them. The consoles that we have nowadays, PS4 and Xbox One, come built in with some of the best streaming capabilities. Seriously, it's fucking easy to just press the share button, stream, and call it a day. Now, people obviously having access to Left Alive started streaming, and the game has had some blocking to it. Things like cutscenes, all that kind of stuff is obviously blocked off. That's par for the course for almost any game. Every time you use one of these systems, it'll always block the stream whenever there's a big story event or like the ending, or, when you show sensitive information on the screen. It happens. It's one of those things you expect. And, people do circumvent it. They use capture cards, they bypass it, then the system can't block it off. We generally use the way the system blocks off media as an idea of what's to be content ID'd, what's copyrightable, and all that good stuff, right? So it's one of those things. But the game now has a fucking blanket ban on streaming. The PS4, which is the only console version of the game, is completely disabled from streaming. There's no PC version active right now, as far as I know. So the streamers that I was going to watch from Japan, unfortunately, can't. They don't have capture cards there. They're not big streamers. They stream right off of the console itself. So they're not able to showcase their experiences, which leads into the most shadiest aspects. Now, I haven't had a contact from Square Enix or something, tell me about even playing this game or reviewing or whatever you want to call it. It's almost as if Square Enix doesn't want to fucking sell this game. This game has had minimal advertising. This game has had minimal interaction with people who can play the game for them, showcase. This game has had minimal everything. And onto its moment of release, it's not getting anything else. The Japanese streamers have now been completely wiped off. It's almost as if Square is hiding the fact that the game isn't as good as it really should be. Which, again, when you do it this way, it's fucking shady. So anyways, the story goes further. I went on to Amazon.com Japan and decided to look up the game. And the game was actually 33% off than what it should be. The game is currently sitting at like 2 stars out of 5, and a lot of those reviews have to be with Japanese streamers getting pissed that they can't do it, or like Square Enix blatantly censoring them. So like 33% off is the fucking game. It's gone. It's not even available to buy on Amazon.ca, so I can't even buy the game here, but it's fucking 33% off. Just came out, ready to be played, and it's already hit the price drop pool. It's almost as if people realize that games aren't worth their full fucking price. But hey, you know what? Better to know now than later. 33% off. This game is like a $40 release. It's up there with like Metal Gear Survive's release price point, which, by the way, if the game is this in quality, it should have released at $40 anyways, or something of that sort. There's no reason every game really needs to be $60, but what is damning about this is the fact that they have let this happen. They have tried to release a game that they really hadn't supported in the first place, and they do all this stuff to it. And then the funny thing is, 2 weeks down the road when this game is out and Square has to make a fucking earnings report or some bullshit, they're going to tell you it's not our fault. You know, nobody wants to play Left Alive. Nobody wants a game in the Front Mission universe. Fuck that. Guess we're going to cancel this series. This is a company that has historically said that all of their IPs need to meet like this crazy high threshold in order to be profitable or successful. And this game, while it's interesting, and I knew going into it, it wasn't going to be perfect. I mean, come on now, we knew it. This isn't some AAA release. It's like a AA release by Square Enix. We understand, but at this point, it's almost like watching a game being set up for failure. And I'm almost thinking that in like a weird tinfoil hat conspiracy way, this is what we kind of have going on. Now, will I still get Left Alive? Probably. I'll probably get it when it hits the fucking 40% off aisle, the 33% off at some point, because from what I'm gathering right now, the game does not deserve a full $60, and I don't know if the game deserves any money right now, given the fact that Square Enix has went to such a length to absolutely silence criticism on this game, to be honest with you. I mean, by banning the actual ability to even fucking stream the game, you've silenced any form of negative criticism that's going. You've silenced the positive, too. So, unfortunately, without being able to watch your game before it's released, and I don't care if it's under the guise of hiding story spoilers. If you wanted to hide story spoilers internationally, you would have released the game internationally at the same fucking time, not like 5-6 days apart. Doesn't make sense to me. But ladies and gentlemen, this is just one Indian man's take on a game that I was kind of fucking excited for. So hey, you know what? Division 2 comes out, Sekiro comes out, and I actually got a video planned for Tuesday that I think you guys will like. We're going to be building a little a little something. But anyways, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it, I am out.